Well, perhaps the Warsaw Pact gas mask will become the fashion item, and I will finally be ahead of fashion. But I imagine that nightclub full of people in gas masks doesn't appeal to me, but there are some people who might. No, it's undoubtedly complicated, and also what research there is does tend to suggest that if there is transmission between people, it happens when they spend more time with each other, which of course they do much more in pubs where these masks are not required than they do in supermarkets where they are. It's illogical on its own terms as well as all kinds of other terms as well. I think it's very significant that what it involves is the covering of the mouth. I think people going around with the lower halves of their face go look submissive, defeated, surrendered, mouthless, voiceless. And I think that there's something about this which spreads the idea that we're in a state of severe national danger in which we all have to turn to the government. This government has, over many, many months now, distilled power and authority out of fear. And I think it sees rapidly approaching a time when the economic crisis really begins to bite, when its power and authority are going to be very limited unless it can get them from somewhere. And I suspect that maintaining the fear of COVID-19 is one way in which they see they may do this. It doesn't, let's say, make sense on the science. It doesn't make sense on the facts. And here's another absolutely fascinating thing. A few weeks ago, if you looked for papers, policy papers, research papers saying whether masks were a good idea, there were several announcements and papers, some of which have disappeared from their positions on the net, which were hostile to muzzles.
Yes.
There was a statement by the World Health Organization, which was definitely against the wearing of muzzles. Now, a few weeks ago, the World Health Organization did a reverse ferret and changed its mind. And Deborah Cohen of the medical correspondent Newsnight on the BBC had an amazing scoop the other day. She actually discovered, and she put it to the WHO, that her contacts inside the World Health Organization had told her that the position of the WHO on muzzles had been changed because of political pressure, not because of medical reasons.
Wow.
To me, this should have been on the front page of many newspapers and indeed have led BBC bulletins. You heard it here from me because the BBC hasn't given Deborah Cohen's fantastic story.
We will make America great again.